Fatal deputy-involved shooting outside a local credit union. Those deputies are okay. The fatal shooting, again, outside that credit union at 3469 Summit Boulevard.
That's right. It is a busy credit union right there on Summit. We have live team coverage, and we begin with News Channel 5's Dan Corcoran. Sheriff Rick Bradshaw is on the scene. Dan, tell us what the latest information is from the sheriff.
Well, Kelly and Michael, again, we've been out here for several hours now, as has the sheriff and his team, trying to figure out exactly how this thing went down this afternoon, just after 4 o'clock. And for the latest on that, let's turn it over to the sheriff, Rick Bradshaw, who joins us live now. Sheriff, what can you tell us about where this investigation is at this hour?
Okay, here's what we know right now. A little after 4 o'clock, credit union calls us, says there's a man in the parking lot with a rifle. The deputies responded in a very short period of time. As they pull into this driveway, which you can see behind me, they come under fire. They, out of their vehicles, returned fire, neutralized the suspect, and right now we're trying to find out, A, why he was here with this rifle. We don't know if it was an attempted robbery or there was some other motive involved. We know one thing, it's a rifle with a high-capacity magazine. There was a backpack that is over at the edge of the bushes over there. We brought the bomb squad in because we really don't know what's in that backpack. We don't want to take any chances. We did locate a vehicle that is running right now. We believe that it is the suspect's vehicle. We have a white male, looks like he's in his early 20s. And we have a tentative idea of who he might be, but we're going to verify that right now so we can notify next of kin. Bottom line here is the deputies saved the lives of these people in the credit union because it was getting close to the people getting off in there. This guy was dangerous. He had a high-capacity magazine. He fired on the deputies. You can see the car over there took a couple bullet holes in it. The flat tire was from one of the rounds, but they did a good job of neutralizing this threat to make sure that nobody in that credit union got killed.
Do you know what the motive was, why he would come here and start doing
Well,
this?
That's what we're trying to find out right now. Anytime you have a guy that's got a rifle with a high-capacity magazine, you got problems on your hand, especially when people are, number one, are going to use the credit union, but number two, the people are getting ready to come out of that credit union and getting off. So this was a highly dangerous situation. The deputies did a good job neutralizing this suspect. We're going to find out why he was here and what the motive was.
If best you can, talk about again what kind of weapon you believe that he may have been carrying and the ammunition he may have had.
Well, it's a rifle, and it's got a high-capacity magazine. It looks to me like it holds at least 50 rounds. Now, what the caliber is right now, I'm not 100% sure, but anytime you got a rifle with a high-capacity magazine that'll fire 50 rounds, that's dangerous. So we're going to find out why he was here, whether it was an attempted robbery or some other reason. I mean, look what's going on around the United States. People just show up and do bad things in areas that have no rhyme or reason. So we're going to try to figure out what was going on.
One of the main focuses on that backpack right now? Is that where you're focusing your attention?
The bomb squad's here right now trying to figure out what's in that backpack because, you know, there could be explosives in there. You know, when people come to these places to do bad things, who knows what they have with them, and we're not going to take any chances. We should have some more answers here in about an hour, we hope. The investigation is progressing very rapidly, but I can just tell you right now, deputies did a fantastic job.
Any idea how many people were inside that credit union when this was all going on?
I don't.
Does the man have a record, a criminal record?
Well, we're trying to figure that out right now. Like I said, we got a tentative ID. We want to make sure we got the right person.
And lastly, have you spoken with the deputy himself, the one who fired the shot?
The investigators right now are in the process of doing everything that we do, regardless of what the circumstances are in the shooting. They'll be debriefed. There'll be an investigation. There'll be a walkthrough, so we know exactly what happened in what sequence. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the latest from Sheriff Rick Bradshaw here at the scene here on Summit Boulevard. As you can see, still many unanswered questions still left to be answered, and that's exactly why they are out on the scene and have been out on the scene for the past several hours now. We'll, of course, be on the scene as well throughout the evening, bring you the latest information as soon as we get it right here on News Channel 5 and also on WPTV.com. With that, we'll send it back to you folks in the studio.
All right, Dan Corcoran. Fridays are certainly busy days of the week at a local credit union. We're going to continue our live team coverage with News Channel 5's Evan Axelbank.